You're listening to
Tipsy Book Reads.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Jess.
And
We're tipsy.
Too many books on my TBR. Yeah. This podcast is like a book club for the antisocial. We make a drink inspired by the book we read and talk crap about life and fictional characters. We really hope you listen and drink along.
Side effects of listening to this podcast may include reading vivaciously, extreme bouts of laughter, tipsiness from craft cocktails, talking shit about life and fictional characters. Listen at your own risk.
Just a warning, this podcast is explicit. We are all over 21 and there are spoilers. We warned ya.
Hi.
Hi. We're here to talk about the rest of
Belladonna. It's wild.
Dude. Jessica literally just finished it. Like, I pressed start right after she was like, started to ask questions, and then she goes, just start it.
I'm so shook.
Dude.
I liked it in the first half.
Obsessed.
Obsessed. I need the second book right now.
I know, right? It's so good. I'm ready to just dive right in.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so before we get into all of everything, because like we had so many theories in the first part one, we have lots to go over. I would like to know the drink that you just took a sip of. What are you drinking?
Yeah, we made a blackberry smash. Because we love some bourbon.
Yeah, and why did we do this?
Why did we do this?
Because there's just a lot of poison berries going around in this book series. And, like, one of the things that she warns everyone from eating is jam. And so it felt very fitting. So this is called the Signa. Cheers.
No blackberry jam around here.
Oh, I love a good smash. So good. Anywho, oh my god, dude, should we just dive right in?
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Oh my gosh.
None? Too many?
Too many. So where did we leave off initially?
So they went and saw what's his face at the library, the ghost, and they found the cure.
Yes.
So following that, we find Percy and the doctor started taking care of Blythe because she just got worse. And like immediately my first note of this entire thing was weird Percy being able to take care of her. Mark my words, I don't trust it.
Percy is very caught up. So like when they go to the apothecary, he's very concerned about what everyone else is thinking.
Also, what do we call her? The medicine lady?
Yeah.
She immediately was like,
no. Is this for him?
Yeah, exactly. Like, so that gave off red flags for me. Because I was like, she knows him somehow. Whether it's through
vibes,
the high standing, or maybe she's seen him before in her shop. I don't know. It's crazy. I will say, immediately after that, I wrote it would be way too obvious if the maid and the brother of the uncle, Byron, dead. Byron murdered. I was like, it'd be way too obvious.
Yeah. Even
when she was pointing fingers at Marjorie, I was like, I don't know, bud. Like, she's got the poison on her hands and all that is happening, but no, don't. That's so obvious.
But at least she was like, okay, but there's at least another person.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
At least she would. It would be dumb of her if she was like 100% Marjorie through and through, nobody else.
Well, I wasn't saying it was dumb of her. I was more saying like if the story ended where the fact that like Byron and Marjorie were the killers, I would be like, no, that's not cool. Like, I saw that coming, and not only did I see that coming, but I thought that was a red herring.
Yeah,
and it was.
Yeah,
But I was like, it'd be too easy. What did you think?
I feel like the last chapter of this book more happened than in the whole freaking
I
book.
know. Should we just jump to that?
I mean, honestly. All right, let's see what else we have. I still kept going back and forth about like who was doing what.
So at one point after the third time, Silas was like, "It's a woman I care for." I'm like, he cares for Signa. It's Signa.
Literally.
Ding 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 ding.
And it was that like, girl, you're dumb. He's talking about you.
Yeah. But I did not
see that coming.
Literally, I was at work. I was listening. I told everyone I was listening to this book because I was like, I'm so sorry. Nobody talk to me unless a customer comes in because your girl's got to finish this book. I legit was like, no way. I didn't see it. I'm so mad. She did so good.
She did so good. I did not see
Adeline,
it.
incredible job
like,
writing.
What? They're one and the same. No freaking way.
So Silas is death and death is Silas. So there was no love triangle after all. No. It was just the two of them forever.
But also it explains like Silas being sus. They couldn't see him. No wonder he wasn't going to walk up with the freaking introduction. Are you kidding me?
Are you not dying at the fact like he was in the ballroom and she went up and talked to him? Like I know she was like discreet of like getting a little treat or whatever and talking, but at one point she looks at him, like makes eye contact and starts talking. Stop. If I saw that, I'd be like,
what is going on over at the dessert table?
The rumors are true.
Someone spiked the punch?
It's crazy.
Yikes.
But that's
so funny.
So, okay, the library scene then. Could the ghosts see him the whole time? Were they just playing her the whole time?
Right?
Because he would have been able to see Silas, and Silas would have been able to see him. I was like, huh?
I didn't think about that.
The more that I think about it, the more I'm like, okay, that's why Silas didn't catch up to her in the forest to go into the garden, because he was literally there with death. He was there as death.
And
the dog.
The dog being a hellhound, amazing. Oh my gosh, little Gundry. But so like they're all their back-to-back lessons, and then not Death being like, "You're late." When he was just with her as Silas.
So
bitch,
are you?
What?
If you're late, I'm late. If I'm late, you're late.
Literally.
That's so funny.
I was like, my dude.
Yeah. I did not see that coming at all.
I did not.
Okay. At one point during this, I thought maybe Eliza, the one of the wannabe French fries. Yes, French fries.
Wannabe French fries.
I meant to say friends. Was possibly the poisoner with Percy, and then I thought Charlotte was the poisoner with Percy. But at this point, I was fully convinced it was Percy.
Yeah, I didn't talk about the whole Charlotte thing last episode.
Either.
But I did think it was kind of sus. Like, why is this random friend from your childhood, like, back up in a totally different city? Like,
I thought it was weird, too.
I still think it's sus. And it didn't really answer it.
No, because, like, why was she in the forest?
Yeah.
Why was she in the forest the same time Percy?
Multiple times. And why is she even in the same town?
And Signa was sitting there going, oh, my gosh, she was in the forest. She saw me at the same time. Girl, reverse.
Yeah.
She was also in the forest, and she made a comment about being the forger with Percy.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's more to the story for sure.
And she definitely, obviously, has knowledge of all of these poisons and stuff because she forages. Like,
oh my god,
that's
I love
kind
it
of
so
her
much.
expertise.
I'm gonna be a little forger. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just kind of wild. Like, I don't know. I found that like fascinating. Of so many crisscross situations going on all at the same time.
I just can't get over Silas being deaf. It
Me
just
either.
makes so
I'm
much
so
sense.
mad.
Like him walking ahead on the train, no shit, because no one was gonna like address him.
Yeah.
So she just thought he was being rude. He's just like,
Low-key, he
nobody
was
can
so rude.
see him. He like doesn't imaginary friend.
Imaginary friend. Foster, what is it? Foster's home of...
Yeah. Whatever it is.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna drive me nuts.
Brains.
Okay. So, I have so much to talk about, but I don't even know. I didn't even take that many notes. Like, okay, at once I did think it was Silas and Marjorie. I thought Silas was Marjorie's kid for half a second.
Yeah, I kind of had that thought. Like, there was just something sus about Silas.
Yeah.
Well, because he was friggin' dead.
death. Okay, so Marjorie, my God, my girl. Oh my gosh, how horrible.
Friggin'
Right?
Percy is cray cray.
My dude. I mean, I don't know. I'm glad I saw his red flags. I don't have the red flags.
Oh, they're downstairs.
I know. But anyways, I just like, I don't even know where to begin with him. He's delusional. He's so freaking delusional. Okay, so even at the point where Mama Scary was trying to save him, and then at one point she's like, I can't do it anymore. I can't. There's
He's
no
beyond
saving
saving.
him. Oh my God, the possession scene. I knew something was weird. Either Silas was dead or something was off when she was possessed, and they didn't make a comment about Silas. Like, after that, Silas was not mentioned until he blocked the sword.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but where is he? Okay, but you're telling me he's just standing there? You're just unfazed. Like, not saying anything. Like, what the? Nothing. So I did not think that he was dead.
Yeah,
Did not at all. But I just didn't know what was going on. Oh my gosh. Okay, so basically, I have eyeliner on and
No,
I
you're
just did the
fine.
same thing.
It's
It just ruined my... Okay, I'm good.
You're good.
So, back to the scene where they do the toast, right? At the Christmas ball.
Right.
And they go in for toast and he falls. And he's like almost dead. Okay. That's the first time that I went, oh, Percy's not involved at all. He just got yeeted off. Like, he's not alive.
I thought he was gonna die.
Yeah. I thought he was dead. And then when he was staring out the window, I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. I love that they just accept Signa for who she is. Elijah's like, too much has happened. She will still be welcomed in this home. Which or no, I don't care. She saved my daughter. And she's like, all right. Okay. I do love Charlotte. I'm just jumping all over the place. I'm sorry. Stop me when I'm like getting too confusing. But I did love the conversation between Charlotte and her when they talked about like the poisons and everything. And she's like, you're like a witch. And she's like, it takes one to know one.
Yes.
So is she deaf too? No, I'm just kidding. No way.
She's something.
Something's
gonna come up
she's
somehow.
Fate's
She's kind of sus.
She's Fate's girly.
Maybe. But yeah, when he was staring out the window, I was like, what are you doing, my dude? Are you possessed? Are you
Something.
something?
I don't know. It was confusing, but I mean, obviously we know now.
Yeah.
Let's backtrack a little bit
Okay.
to when the library was set on fire.
Okay.
Did your heart burn also?
Yeah. Of course.
I didn't even blame the ghost for being mad.
No.
I didn't even blame the ghost for possessing her.
I mean, he didn't have to take it out on
I
her.
mean, he didn't, but I mean, can you imagine?
But I'd be pissed too. But if he was gonna possess her, he could have like been more productive with it.
Yeah, could have stopped the freaking fire.
Yeah. Yeah, like he was just like not very rational in his rage. Like direct the rage, my dude. We gotta get this fire put out.
True. Eventually it happened. He like felt his, oh, we can still save some. Maybe let's not burn the whole place down to the ground. Because not everyone is to blame.
Yikes.
But yeah. But guess who was there?
Silas.
Freaking Silas. I was
Always
like, he set
saving
the
the
fire.
day.
But also I was confused when they mentioned here that there was a servant. What's it called? The box that they kept referring to start the fire. Kindling.
Oh, tinderbox.
Tinderbox. Yeah, kindling. A tinderbox from the servants' quarters were missing. So it was like either someone's trying to set up these servants or someone is trying to set up the staff. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
But I didn't know who set that fire.
No, not at all.
I didn't have any like top contenders or anything. I was just like, obviously there's something going on, but I didn't have any like guesses.
Okay. What should we talk about?
Okay,
Because
I'm literally just going to talk about that ending section over and over again.
I'm done with my notes, so I'm ready to talk if you are.
Okay, so even before and after Death revealed himself as Silas, I love the way that he like talks to her and talks just even about her and he's been waiting his whole life to have somebody to talk to type of thing.
Were you sold?
Yes, and when he showed her the afterlife and was like the whole time just giving her choices and wanting to show her everything.
He met her parents.
And he like checks in with her parents and she's like, "What?" And he's like, "They're your parents, of course." And he's like telling her things about her mother that she never got to know, especially because she had such a particular image of her mom as like this socialite who was so prim and proper and who left her this book. And then it kind of turns out that, you know, maybe she didn't care so much about the proper. She was just here for a good time.
She was here for a good time.
And just the fact that Death was able to kind of give those tidbits about her mother to her and just like checking in. And also the fact that her mother is always asking him about her, like knowing that he's looking out for her.
He's like, the reason I don't go over there is because I'm asked 100 million times how you're doing. Honestly, what would he say? Not well.
She's struggling.
She's struggling, although she's fed now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, him sending her the dress for the masquerade.
I knew it. No, because who else would do it?
Right? Wasn't she in a blood red dress as a baby? Was it her or her mother? It was her. I think it was her because when it talks about
creepy,
Rima
actually.
holding her up, it is kind of creepy. But like that was the only reason that I put together that he sent her the dress, like before it came to light.
I put it together because she in her mind was like, I really want to wear a dark dress. Like earlier on, she's like, these colors are not for me. This is. And that's why I put that together, because who else would know that? Okay. Swaddled in a crimson gown, bold as blood. Signa Faro was one of the most striking 2-month-old at the party. Oh, wait, I don't like that.
But that's why I put together, because that was like his first experience with her in a blood red gown, and then he sent her blood red gown.
Okay, next.
Yeah, kind of weird, but skipping it's like I said, weird, but skipping that first scene, I think it is really cool that he sent her the dress.
Yeah.
And also how it describes like his mask and everything of him entering and how he like takes her, basically like transports her elsewhere.
Yeah, because I missed that at first. And then they started making
There's
out.
moss.
Well, no, they went in for a kiss and I went, oh my God, she's in the middle of everywhere. And then I was like, no, do I skip ahead or do I go back? Because I'm like, I missed something, but I don't know where to go. I'll just wait. And then it was when there was a tree. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
I kind of had that same moment. The tree was what made me realize they are somewhere else.
My grounding point. I was like, okay. So
There's
she
not a
didn't.
tree in the middle of the ballroom.
She didn't just kiss everyone in front of it and just totally ruin her season. Her season. Bridgerton. Honestly, poor that guy that keeps
Everett? Is it
Everett.
Everett?
Yep. Interesting. But he's like always trying to
He's
get with
drawn
her.
to her.
Drawn to her. Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we're not drawn to anything like fate and death, like Skilly. You know?
Eliza is so petty, but also she has to marry that old man.
Wait, I missed that. What?
It's Eliza that's marrying like the old man, right?
I may have blocked that out.
Okay, yeah. What's her face? What's the main girl's name? Frick. Signa is talking to Everett because, Eliza's been like, oh, I gotta get me a good man like this whole time. And he is kind of filling her in because they're sister and brother, right? Or cousins or something.
Cousins.
And he's like, yeah, she's marrying Mr.
Oh. Rip. Sorry, but at least he won't be around for very long.
Yeah, I guess not. But she was like, oh, and she, Everett's like, not very youthful.
That I totally skipped over that in my head. Dang.
He's like, well, it's a good match. Yikes.
Yeah, good. I don't know if I'd describe it as good.
Society back then was wild.
Anywho, that's sure right. Society was wild. Crazy one. Okay, let's talk about the epilogue. Do we have anything else? We're totally missing stuff, but basically, they find who the killer was. Oh, it was Percy. Percy tried to murder everyone, and he tried to murder his mother, Marjorie. Oh, yep, that was right.
Yep. Well, then he actually murdered his adoptive mother,
Lillian, and then murdered his sister. Tried to, and then tried to poison himself so that he could have attention from his father.
And also not look suspicious, and also get rid of the antidote so that he could continue to kill his sister. So and there not be antidote, right?
Yeah, and then he tries to burn the body because we found out in the first half that the body has to be burned in order for their soul to no longer stay in Earth, basically.
And Lillian is like haunting.
Oh, she haunted
because she's like,
people be hearing her crying.
Bro.
So that's where we're at, the garden scene. Our girl is like, fight me. And then the mom takes over the body and starts chatting with him and is like, buddy, what are you doing?
Get it together.
Get it together. Stopping there, because that's a good cliffhanger. We'll be right back. We're back. Better than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we left off with Percy basically having his a conversation through Signa with his mother. Scary.
Yikes. And it was literally all because he cared too much about his socialite status is why he committed all these murders. He's like, do you know what it would do to my reputation if people found out?
Well, you shouldn't have done it. Like, what do you want me to say? The way that would have ended so quickly. Tell me again. Crazy. So, who kills him? Silas or Death?
That was wild.
I couldn't believe it. And his little comment, like, this wasn't how I wanted you to find out. What better way, though? You just saved her life.
Yeah,
like,
honestly.
It couldn't have gone better.
And then that whole conversation between, like, okay, you have a choice to make. Like, this is what you are. How are you gonna accept, like, your Reaper fate? What are you gonna do? Like, you have a choice here.
Do we think she's actually a Reaper?
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know either.
There's something going on, but like, I don't understand why, if that's what death is, he was never human before. So, like, why is she? Like, why does she have a human life?
He doesn't remember being human.
Yeah.
And they make a comment about how in the afterworld that people are given the choice of going on to the next realm or being reborn and foregoing their memories.
Yeah. But, like, it makes me question, like, the relationship that they have now, because she is a human. So if she, but she's also a reaper as a human. Like, she
I know.
kind of took. So if she were to die, which she can't really do,
Die.
like, would she then forgo her memories and then not have a memory of him? And, like, they wouldn't be together because they're, like, trying to be reapers together.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
I
if
don't
she
know.
fully becomes one, then she won't remember him.
Good question.
So I have questions. But
Me
so
too.
yeah. And he's like, okay, do you want to take the rest of Percy's years and give them to
Blythe.
Blythe?
Yes.
Without a doubt.
Percy sucks.
Yeah.
And then he basically was like, if he dies now, judgment is death. Like death. Nothing
Yeah.
else. Period.
Yeah.
We don't allow the shenanigans
No.
of Percy in the afterworld.
But also, even if you let him live and tell people what he did, he's going to get hung anyways.
Yeah. What's so interesting is Lillian was like, okay, I'm out of here.
Do as you please.
Do as you please. I'll watch over our son. Oh my God, Elijah's scene.
Oh my gosh. And how he, like, sensed her presence and just looked straight at Signa and was like, is she here? Yeah.
Precious.
And she's like, you need to find a way to live without me. You protect our daughter and I'll protect our son.
Yeah, so son. Okay, son. You know what I mean? Like he's alive. Not live, but like she's going to protect him. So what does that mean? Where does he go? Where does Percy go?
Wherever the afterlife or whatever.
Yeah, but then they were like, he won't survive because we don't allow people like that in the afterlife. Anyways, I don't know what's going to happen. I need to read the next book immediately.
Yeah. Okay. Also, this is totally skipping back, but did it tell us who poisoned all the people at Rima's party?
I don't think
chapter
they did.
1.
I don't think they did.
Like, that whole party got wiped out.
Yeah.
How and why?
You know what? The way my brain just said, yep.
Me too, but now that I'm thinking about it, because all of these people that are in her life now always make comment like, oh, you look like your mother. You remind me of your mother. She had this spirit. So they all knew her.
Yeah.
So they knew of this, like, socialite party that literally got wiped out. Everybody died. They all got poisoned.
Oh my God. Hold on. I got to write a note. Keep talking.
So, like, who the frick poisoned all of them? And then now all this is coming back up again? Like, I'm confused.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly, in one ear and out the other. Like, it was a really cool and amazing scene. And, like, it shook me and it made me I was, not going to lie, I was sitting in my car waiting for my prescription in the drive-thru. And it was taking a long time, okay? We were not moving. I was parked. Because that's how we were not moving, okay? Before you judged me. And I was reading this. And I was reading the first part. And that's what hooked me. Was the freaking party scene.
Yeah, it was so cool. And I didn't really give it much more thought.
Neither.
But they could have killed the mom anyway. She could have died literally anyway. Or even just her herself could have got poisoned or whatever. But she built this whole scene. All these socialites get wiped out from this poison. And then this, like, socialite prim and properness is, like, a theme throughout the whole book. And then it's these parties that are once again wiping people out with this poison.
Interesting.
So, like,
I don't know. Good point. Write that down.
Okay.
You know who else I want to confirm with you that you understood this because I may not have understood this correctly? didn't why can't I remember his name? The guy who fancies her. Everett. Was it Everett or his father that said he knew her mom? I thought it was Everett. And in my brain, I was like, math isn't mathing.
I think it might have been Everett.
So now that I say that, let's go ahead and fast forward to the epilogue.
Yeah.
Because it's Everett that's fate, right?
Yes.
So then that's how he knows the mom. Right?
Yeah. And also, did Everett just kill his own father?
Well, we don't know that. We don't know who killed because he just picked up the glass and was like, But
That's true, but he also
you're right,
seemed kind of unfazed.
But he's fate.
Yeah.
So he would know. Oh my gosh. Okay, so she was listening to this part and I have already read it. And the way I was staring at her, because I was like, when is she going to realize? When is she going to realize? I'm shook still. I don't know. It's wild.
Because it doesn't actually say that it's Everett.
It doesn't. We don't know. He's described as Everett.
All signs lead to Everett being fate. And Silas, or Death, whatever you want to call him, said something about fate earlier on in the book. And she hadn't realized Death is a person, fate is also a person. But he did say you're playing with fate and you don't want to mess around with this.
Yeah.
Fate is not someone to be toyed with.
Someone.
And she continued to toy with fate. Sour. It's a beautiful face.
Oh, that was a sour berry.
Oh my goodness. So she continued to toy with fate. Meanwhile, this boy Everett is taking a liking to her.
Yeah.
And we know that fate, don't toy with fate. Fate is being toyed with, and yet he is magnetized towards the Reaper or human or whatever who is toying with him.
Is this a real love triangle? I'm literally so ready to start the book too. But we got to stop with the skipping of books. We got to go back to reading whole series because there's no way I can handle this. Oh, this is rough.
But also, she doesn't take a liking to him the way he does to her.
No, she's like, eh.
So also, let's talk about the fact that Death is I want you to enjoy your life with the living. So, don't let me hold you back from that.
And she's like, no, thank you. I don't want to be here.
She's like, I'll keep taking my berries. So, that's a lot. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah.
He's like, we might not see each other all the time because I was here all the time because there were people in limbo, maybe about to die constantly. So I was kind of all around always. But you're going to go and you're going to live your life and you're not always going to be surrounded by dying people.
Which is a good thing.
But also it means that he won't be able to be around as much. So what are Fate's ties to the world? Is he going to be around? Because if Death is only around when death is happening, what ties Fate?
I love this lore.
Because Fate is constantly, everything is fate.
Next book. I'm so ready. I don't know. It's such a good point. I guess. Because death has a tie with some other world. Always.
Yeah.
Fate doesn't.
Right.
Fate just has a tie with our world.
Yeah. And fate is just fate. Also, people can see him.
Unless we're
Death
totally wrong.
Silas.
But there's no other person that it was described as.
Yeah.
I don't know. This book series hopping has got to stop, though. I'm done. I'm done with it. What are your thoughts? What do you think is going to happen? I love that we just paused like it was Dora.
You're
Do you see the missing backpack? Good job. We literally
my gosh.
paused.
Can you see fate?
Can you? He's behind us? Where? I see death. I don't see fate.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I can't. But seriously, I have so many questions. Okay, so the second book is out and the third book is not out, right?
Sorry, we just did like one solid minute of a Dora impression of a book series.
Yeah.
Who are we?
90s babies.
What did you say? I totally didn't even hear what you said. A book
The
series?
second book is out, but
Oh.
the third one is not out, right?
I don't know.
Let me look.
Let's see. Pause for intermission.
I don't want meta AI. I just want search.
Oh, I can't stand that.
I don't understand.
Okay, book 1 is obviously out. Book 2 is, oh my gosh, look at this edition.
Oh, it's stunning.
That's the Spanish edition.
I need it.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so the second one will be released in July.
Soon.
Foxglove is the second one, right?
Yes, and the third one is Wisteria with a different person on the cover. Interesting. Okay, so speaking of our next book.
So do we have a... Wait. Wisteria, it says in stores August 20th. Wait, so they're coming out one after another?
Foxglove is out. For sure, because I tried to find it on Hoopla, Belladonna, and it wasn't, but...
Okay, so Foxglove is out, and then Wisteria comes out in August. Seems like.
Okay.
So what were you saying? Sorry.
Nothing.
next
Just
book.
this next book is not that, unfortunately. Unless you want it to be. Okay, so it's not. But,
I mean, I don't not, but
okay, we have something else planned. We'll stop doing this, I promise, because I can't handle it. My mental state cannot handle this, okay? Because now if we're going to have to read this on the podcast, I'm going to have to wait. And, like, I don't want to. I want to read it right away.
but if we wait, we can read it back to back with the third one.
Yeah, but who the fuck is Fate? Okay, anyways, our next book. Are you ready? I need a drum roll. A Court of Wings and Ruin. So a good one. Still a good one. Still a one that you're asking for, but it's fine. Are you excited to read?
Yes, I am.
Me too, because we left off at a crazy.
We did. I think we should read this, and like prior to the third one coming out, we can do it to where we can read Foxglove and then Wisteria like back to back.
Okay. That sounds good.
And then we don't have to like wait months and be like, oh my God, the book's not out.
Okay. That's fine, I guess. Well, do you have anything else to say? Oh, we'll let you know what chapters we're reading because we're going to do this a little bit differently. We're going to split A Court of Wings and Ruin into 3 parts because it's very big. And we want to be able to talk about everything in detail and not feel rushed and miss out on things. So we're going to do part 1, 2, and 3 of A Court of Wings and Ruin. So
Stay tuned for chapters.
stay tuned for chapters, and we'll see you next time.
Yep. Do you have any? What kept you up?
Oh my God. No, I really don't.
No, I feel that. That's okay.
Aw. I can make one up. A lot of editing keeps me up.
Fair enough.
Keeps me home editing. And that's it. Maybe Shrek 2 in theaters soon.
Shrek 2. That's pretty cool. It's been rainy.
It's been windy and
been
rainy. It's been
wild weather.
hurricaney.
It's been like, it's not hurricane season.
No, not yet.
It
It's
feels
soon.
like hurricane season.
It is April showers, but the wind is wild.
Yeah, this is a little different. But anywho,
Nothing.
the weather.
I still couldn't tell you Enneagrams.
Mm-mm.
I still couldn't tell you Hogwarts houses.
This was like a plot book, not so much a character book.
I loved it. Oh, I loved it so much. I love a mystery. I'm so glad I pinpointed Percy.
You're so good at like even your prediction about like the whole like parenthood and everything was so good.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong field.
You're so good at that.
Thank you.
I'm always like, I don't know, vibes.
But part of me is like, I wish I didn't do that only because I could just like vibe it out.
Yeah.
But then the other part of me is like, yes,
Got it.
I did it. Anywho, stay tipsy.
Bye.